Good evening, Gulf Coast, and thanks for joining us. I'm Taylor Rubach. A second arrest was made this morning in connection with the Sunday night killing of Biloxi police officer Robert McKeithen.
One safe way to remind yourself is the look before you lock technique. Get in the habit of always opening the back door and check the back seat before leaving your vehicle and make sure no child is left behind.
From Bay St. Louis to Pascagoula, classic cars took the Gulf Coast by storm this past week and set the standard for the future of cruising the coast.
Little did she know, Ariel was flipping herself into success.
The festival continued on Saturday with a race that might not have required as much skills as the others, but it seems like the participants had a little bit more fun.
This jacket with your big muscles. Show us your pose.
I have none.
Yeah, we have none.
I'm actually British and German, so I will actually be rooting for England in the
had
FIFA World
about
Cup.
1% Japanese, so that's
we're
what
rooting
I'm
for
going
Japan.
for. Go Japan.
Yay!
Hey Tanner, I think you can tell I'm having a lot of fun right now. In fact, I'm in heaven because I got this little guinea pig here, and I've decided to name him Little Piggy Tanner.
Enjoying the snow as it comes down. You can see the flurries around her head. So Taylor, what do you have for us out there?
Well, Ryan, you are totally wrong. I am not enjoying this weather. I think me and you both know how long I've been doing this job, and you know I don't like this cold, but you can definitely see the flurries are coming down. They're definitely hitting me in my face. I'm here at Hiller Park, and I've got my costume on. I'm a cute little cow, so I'm ready to go for this whole little shindig that's going to happen at 6 o'clock. That all that's said and done, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my cotton candy. Reporting live from the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, Taylor Rubach, News 25.
As if Biloxi doesn't already have enough history in the city, there's something inside the Biloxi Police Department's building that dates back to the 1970s, the Wall of Death. Earlier today, I stepped inside the department walls and talked with Chaplain Robert Burris, the man behind the Wall of Death, who told me some of his most chilling homicides and suicides. Here's his story.
It all started with a pipe wrench.
Well, he took this wrench and beat her to death with it.
Biloxi's founder and former crime department head Robert Burris created this Wall of Death back in 1986. And within just a few short years, Burris flooded the wall with over 30 different objects from different crime scenes.
So to create this board, so to show our police officers what goes on the street out there, and explain to them the difficulty of putting these things together with fingerprints or whatever, to bring a case to closure.
And after signing off on them, Burris was able to keep an object from each crime scene, collecting dozens of guns, a shoe, even a pipe bomb, each telling a compelling story. But what's not framed on the wall are the weapons from Biloxi's notorious crime story, the Sherry murders. An interesting case Burris worked for 3 days straight, never recovering the murder weapons.
That whole case from start to finish, as far as crime scene work goes, it was very intense. FBI come in, of course, and helped us out, and we never let down on that case. I don't care what other people say, we never let up on it until it was done with.
Burris retired from the crime department in 2006 and came back 4 years ago as the chaplain and is still continuing to build a 50-year legacy.
He has done so much, and he's seen the history of the city of Biloxi and how it's changed. But he has seen policing in the old school, he's seen as it modernized, and he's still here today. He has combined policing, 50 years of policing experience.
And not even a current battle with leukemia is keeping Burris from living out his passion.
The way I feel about it, the Lord put me in this position to do this work, and I learned from it. So I can't say, you know, I'm real good at this or that or the other, you know, because without him I'd be nothing. And I give him the credit for everything I did. It was good.
Burris was just recently diagnosed with leukemia this year and luckily was able to catch it early. However, Burris said that doctors are giving him 1 to 3 years to live, but he believes he'll be around much longer than that. Reporting live in the studio, Taylor Rubach, News 25.
You could be running into this store for just a few minutes, but those minutes could be the last of your child's life. As the temperatures begin to rise, law enforcement is urging families to never leave children inside a locked car unattended.
On average in the U.S., there's 37 deaths a year of children in vehicles, about one every 9 days. So it's obviously something that takes place. It's an issue. People really need to make sure that they just slow down and make sure they check their vehicles, and just, it's not worth that 1 or 2 seconds here or there.
One safe way to remind yourself is the look before you lock technique. Get in the habit of always opening the back door and check the back seat before leaving your vehicle, and make sure no child is left behind.
James Carver with American Medical Response is all too familiar with hot car deaths and say this tragedy happens every year.
Going into a restaurant or something like that, or fast food, go through the drive-through. There should be never any reason to leave your kid in the car. Just run in a quick errand inside. Take them inside with you. Don't leave them unattended in a car for any length of time at all.
But if you do happen to see a child or even a pet unattended in a hot, locked car, the first thing to do is call 911.
Get everybody en route, the ambulance, fire department, police department, get them en route, and seek permission to see if you can break that window, try to get that kid out of that hot environment.
Taylor Rubach, News 25.